terrible. I did give you warning, so we'll try one more time. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, John.
Absolutely. Well, hey, listen, guys. Thanks so much for being here. And boy, this is awesome. I don't think I've ever had a room with this many people in it. This is great. So, really exciting, and I appreciate you guys being here because this stuff is really, really exciting. And I promise, I know I've been out of the office a lot. I haven't been on hunting trips or out golfing or things that I would have really definitely wanted to be doing. But we have been, as a management team, really working our tails off, trying to develop a system to help you guys really dominate and get better at being a better listing agent and really make your lives easier by doing so. So I want you to know that our commitment to you guys is that the idea is our best years are ahead of us. We're really making strides and gains on everything that we're trying to do. And so what we've put together here today is what we believe to be the roadmap for your success to get there. Now, we're going to go through a lot of information over the next 40 to 45 minutes. And I want you to know before we get started, we're going to have that follow-up meeting next Tuesday to go further into depth. And then I'm going to schedule actually probably 3 to 5 others beyond that to give you guys options to make sure that you get all of this information. But today is going to be definitely a great overview of all of that. I also have handouts for you at the end, so all of you guys are going to get one set of everything that I'm talking about here today. So there's stuff on the tables by Betsy and Robin, and they're going to be handing that out at the end of the meeting, so you don't really need to worry about taking notes on some of the stuff that I'm talking about, because everything that's really pertinent, you're going to get a copy of it in your hand at the end of the day. And then the last thing I need to ask you guys is one big favor, and that's I'm going to hold all questions till the end. I know for this group it may be very difficult, but I'm going to ask you guys to hold all of your questions until the end, because otherwise I think we could be here till about 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. And I'll try my best to answer them all. So actually that's why we passed out Post-it notes all over the room. Those Post-it notes are so that if you have questions, jot them down. If we don't answer them during it, it's kind of like I do the thing with my kids at home, right? When they were watching a movie, and my 8-year-old wants to ask a question every time something happens in the movie, and I keep trying to tell her, just watch the movie. They're probably going to answer the questions, and if they don't, then I'll answer them at the end for you. So let's play that game here today as well, and just write your questions down. I promise you I will answer them all at the end if they don't come up and be answered during the presentation. Now, one of the other things that has been great is that this system was fully developed by agents in the field in the western part of the United States, in some of our operations and some of the RVPs and presidents in those regions. So what is really interesting is for one of the first times in the company's history, this wasn't a top-down initiative. This was a field service agent initiative. It was, hey, we want to do something that really dominates our marketplace, that puts us in a position to win more than anybody else. And then it was fully adopted by our leadership. And Ryan Gorman, president of NRT, has really been the champion behind saying, look, this is so good that every single one of our operations across the entire United States needs to be part of this. And I actually happen to really like being a late adopter. We have been launching this across the country. It's already live in about 20 metros. So we're about 2/3 of the way through the whole country launching, and us, along with a whole group of other people in the Carolinas and Atlanta, and some of those places are launching right now today, and then Florida and New York are going to be launching in the next couple weeks. So it's been really exciting. But as we get started, I wanted to share with you a little message that Ryan Gorman did prepare for us.
Howdy folks, Ryan Gorman here, and I am so excited about the momentum we're experiencing throughout Coldwell Banker NRT, all across the country. I bet you can feel it. Today, you're going to hear some really big news, and I hope you're as psyched about it as I am. So get ready. I've had the pleasure and privilege of working with our incredible leadership team to realign everything we do, all to focus on our core 4 values. We're making things simpler and focusing on the things that make the biggest impact on your business. That's production power, coaching to confidence, wealth builder, and of course, culture of awesomeness. So you're going to learn about some amazing tools like Listing Concierge, which helps you win more listings, prove your value, and turn 1 listing into 3. And you'll hear about Design Concierge, which can create your very own personal brand while still leveraging the strength and power of the Coldwell Banker brand name. It's all about you. We live to serve our agents, and our mission is to help you live an exceptional life. This commitment requires an incredible investment by our company, and we're asking you to invest your passion with us as we together experience the power of Coldwell Banker. Our best years are our next years, and I am personally thrilled to be with you on this journey. And with that, I'll turn it back over to our incredible leadership team, which is so excited to get started. Thank you all so much.
Wanted to start by taking a moment to reflect on exactly where we are as a company at the moment. And one of the things that I do love is one of the biggest reasons that I came here to Coldwell Banker is the fact that for 22 straight years, Real Trends has ranked us #1 as a residential broker. So that's because we have a bunch of strength in the numbers of what we're doing collectively together across the country in over 750 offices, more than 50,000 amazing agents, 70 of which are sitting right here with us today.
You do 71.
Okay, there you go, 71 people here today. We've got, last year alone, over 340,000 closed transactions, and then our average sales price for NRT alone is over 500,000. Now what's really interesting is that is double the NAR average across the country. So when we start talking about all of the realtors in the country, our agents are double the average sales price of what NAR is. But even the fastest cars do need tune-ups every once in a while. And yes, while we have been uniquely positioned, and obviously we have been growing and building momentum every day here as an individual office, the reason why we've been able to be #1 consistently is because we're always keep improving, we're able to stay ahead of the curve, and we want to try to constantly launch new initiatives. So we also know that we've overwhelmed you guys with more and more stuff over the years. And you heard Ryan say it, if you could hear him say is, look, we want to get laser-like focused. We're going to do some things really, really well through focusing on what our core 4 values are. And because we've overwhelmed you with so much stuff, you're not even sure sometimes what to use or how to use it or how it's going to help you work more efficiently or make more money. So when everything is important, we understand that nothing's important, and that's a problem. So in many ways, because we've made the simple things complicated, we know that when things are complicated, like asking you to remember 42 different passwords and 10 different systems to put your contacts in and all of those kind of things, you don't really know what to do. You don't want to use the system, so you stop doing it. You try to find easier ways to do stuff and work more efficiently, and there's no real value in that. So we as a leadership team literally said we're drawing a line in the sand, and it starts today. Enough is enough. This is what we're doing. We need to simplify everything that we're trying to do. We're going to simplify the focus of what the tools really offer, simplify the message of how we're trying to develop, really deliver our value, and simplify what you guys as agents need to use to be super successful. And to do that, we needed to clarify our mission and articulate our core beliefs. We needed to take what was complicated and try to make it as simple as possible. So the only way we were able to do that is to really focus on our goals or our core beliefs, which is why they launched Project North Star. They're saying, hey, look, this is what it is. We're going to focus on our North Star. We're going to get laser-like focus. We're going to make things as easy for you as possible because realistically, we want to make sure you guys are living exceptional lives. That's our entire goal here. Our #1 focus is to help agents live exceptional lives. So I'm going to ask for a little bit of audience participation. So, all right, you just took a big trip. I did. So if I was to ask Lisa Corbett, what does it mean to live an exceptional life, what would you say?
Well, I mean, for me, one of the reasons I came here was for balance in my life. I didn't want my whole life to be work. And I also felt like getting coaching from someone who has been in the trenches and built a successful business themselves was something that I wanted. And coming here has allowed me to do that. And I was able to take a 10-day trip to Finland and not worry about what was happening back here. I actually really enjoyed my trip. For the first time in 4 years, I was able to take a vacation, afford a vacation, take the time off, enjoy the downtime. And to me, that's living an exceptional life. It's being able to do things before I retire while I'm young and healthy and able to do them. Wait and work, until I'm sick and can't enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you. Work-life balance is huge. I know it was always something really big for me, especially as I started having kids and those kind of things. So our newest daddy in the room, Dana, life has changed a little bit. What does living an exceptional life for Dana Kuhn look like now?
It's really nice having my wife be home right now with a baby, and it's pretty exhausting the first month. I guess just making enough money and being good enough in my job where she doesn't have to work, and I could do all the things in my personal life that I want to do and not have to stress about money.
Yeah. Pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that not everybody would say it might be the first thing, but you know, I think we all probably got our licenses for some way, shape, or form to make a little bit of money, whether it's taking trips or letting our spouse stay home. I know that happened for me, and that was a huge thing. And thank you guys for sharing those two things. And I'm sure if we talk to all of you guys, everybody would have a somewhat similar but unique circumstance of what it means for you guys to live an exceptional life. And that's honestly where we're trying to focus everything that we want to do as a company. But we also recognize that talk is cheap, so we have to figure out how we do that. So in doing that, we're going to try to get laser focused on these core 4 values with these definitions up here as what we're doing. So I do need some audience participation. So Lynn, would you, Lynn's here. Would you read production power for me?
Production powered, we help agents sell more homes, make more money, and work more efficiently.
Now, I promise I won't pick anybody that can't see the screen, because I know that's a problem. Hey, Sean, would you read Coaching to Confidence for me?
I was thinking that.
Coaching to confidence, enable agents to expand their sales and business development skills through effective education, coaching, and support.
And for those of you that like money, Wealth Builder, that's a really fun one. Renee, can you see the screen that far? Would you read Wealth Builder for me?
We offer real financial strategies that agents can use to grow and protect their personal wealth now and into the future. We believe your best years are ahead of you.
And everybody's favorite phrase, which is the culture of awesomeness. Let me see, Kevin, could you read culture of awesomeness for me?
Culture of awesomeness. We provide a diverse environment that is collaborative, supportive and fun. And we are a company that inspires pride.
And you know, that I think that the way that ends is something that's really important. It's important to me because I was super proud to take this position. I'm super proud to be part of your lives. I'm super proud that so many of you guys have not only stayed here, but also came here and allowed myself and the staff here to really invest in you and help you grow your business the way that you have. And today we're going to focus really on that first one that Lynn read, which is production power, which is we help agents sell more homes, make more money, and work more efficiently. I don't think anybody would deny that those 3 things are really good. So let's dig in to what that looks like with Listing Concierge. And here's our definition of what Listing Concierge is really trying to do. It's a comprehensive listing marketing program that is heavily company subsidized and designed to help you become a stronger listing agent. Within that, there are 3 key goals of what we're trying to accomplish with the Listing Concierge program. The first is literally win every listing period, especially as we continue down the road of finding ourselves in competitive situations more and more and more. Because if we can do the second part, which is enhance your value, not only are you going to win the listing, but you can stop the debate over commission at the listing table because your value is going to be so well articulated through this program. And thirdly, we're going to wow the seller. And our goal is that every single listing that you get, we're going to try to turn into 3, 4, or more. Because not only are you going to wow the sellers, and they're going to be talking about you, you're also going to have a component that's going to wow the neighborhood around that seller. Now, if what you have been doing is working, and you're going, boy, I really don't need another program, just keep doing it, that's okay. But if you want to step your game up, if you want to do something different to get yourself to a different level, then I think Listing Concierge is going to be something that you're really interested in. Now, here's the deal. Many of you guys may have participated in this because we had over 200 people respond to a survey that was done by the marketing department to say, what are people spending? What are you spending right now every time you list a house between your photography, brochures, virtual tours, anything else that you've been doing? What is it that you have actually been spending? And what we found is that it averaged out between $250 and $275. And that sounded exactly right to me because I know what I was spending on professional photography and even printing color brochures and doing those kind of things. So if we took a look at where we're at and understanding what it was, that's how we started with the basis. Hey, this is what our agents are already doing in the most part. But again, if you're really happy with what you're doing, you're not spending any money, you're not doing those kind of things, then by all means, you have the freedom, as this is a completely optional program, to not use Listing Concierge, but I think that many of you guys are going to see the value in this. And in the value, we really have 3 different plans that you're going to be able to choose from. So we're launching the 3 plans within Listing Concierge, and they're silver, gold, and platinum. And they're obviously all designed to help you become a stronger listing agent. And I want you to notice too that if you look on the screen there, the platinum one says global luxury, but don't pay attention to that. That's just an example. All 3 of the programs can be used with regular residential listings and global luxury listings. So you're going to have the freedom to choose which plan you want to use, no matter what, if it's a regular listing or a global luxury listing. So let's start by taking a look a little bit more in depth at what the silver package actually includes. So, and at the end of the meeting, you're going to get a copy of the silver package, the gold package, the platinum package, and a little bit of other information along with an agent guide. But the silver package, you're going to get a brochure that looks like this, right? It's going to be like almost like a little mini listing presentation. It lays out everything in the program that we're going to be providing to the sellers to do these kind of things. And the best part about it is you're going to be able to fully customize those to yourself. Now you can see we have the lovely George Hackett on this one at the moment, but you'll be able to customize those to yourself through Express Docs, get ones that have your branding to them, so that when you go in and you're sitting in front of them, that's what we're going to be doing. You'll get a copy of that at the end of the presentation. Now, if you're looking at all the different components of it, of everything that is offered, that's what we want to do here. We're going to take an in-depth look at what does each package actually include, what do you get, where's the value at with these kind of things. Now, the one thing that I'll say, and you guys have heard me say this a bunch of times for those of you guys that have spent any time with me at all, I believe wholeheartedly that exposure is the key to getting houses sold. Getting eyes on the property turns into foot traffic in the house. And I believe that all starts with great photography. So in the silver package, you're going to get 25 magazine grade photos plus 1 twilight photo of the house. So they magically somehow, I don't know how they do it, but they magically transform the photo to make it look like a twilight, to really feature the house in a different light that a lot of people aren't really doing. Now here's the deal. It's part of the package to do that, but if you have that photographer that you say, boy, I have this great relationship with this photographer that I've been using forever, fantastic. Use your photographer if you like, because you'll be able to upload those photos from them and you'll get a discount on the program for using your own photographer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take that photography and we're going to use it in a bunch of different ways to create a bunch of different things. And the first thing is a single property website that features all of those photos, the details, the mapping, all of the stuff, but more importantly, really fully features you and only you. Because we're living in a world right now where most of the websites want to take what we've worked really hard to do and share it with everybody or let somebody else buy those leads. Creating an additional single property website is going to allow you and only you to ever be able to capture the information from those people if they land on that site. It's going to be perfect to use on social media, and it's going to really enhance your website presence by giving you an additional source to track people down and get the attention on your properties. We're launching a whole nother new system here along with Listing Concierge, and it's going to be called the At Home in Pittsburgh YouTube channel. So we as a company are going to run it. They're going to put together a 20-second property tour with professional narration. They're going to post it to the YouTube channel, the At Home in Pittsburgh. Each spot is obviously going to focus on you, having your name, face, and your phone number on the tour. And you're going to get a link that you can share it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, download it, and use it anywhere you'd like. Now, they've provided us a sample of one from another market, so let's take a look at exactly what one of those looks like.
Come see this spectacular opportunity to create your home with all the world-class amenities of Emerald Bay. This 4-bedroom, 3-bath home is close to the park, a private beach, tennis courts, and a community pool. Situated on a large lot, it enjoys a secluded yard, complete with its own pool and spa. It has a completely separate guest studio with its own entrance that opens to the private yard on the lower level. The upstairs offers a formal living room, plus an open family room and kitchen space, as well as the master bedroom and 2 additional bedrooms, all centered around a garden courtyard. For more details, call Connie Maxenti.
Well, how about brochures? part of this package is going to include 25 high-quality brochures. What I really, really like is you're going to have choices of brochures. I'm a huge fan of the 8x8 size. So this is a sample of one in 8x8 and matte finish. Obviously, it's full details, all the ad copy that you put into it, all your professional photography, and more importantly, fully branded to you, the agent, as you're going through to do this for your property brochures. But if you like the ones that are bigger, you do have the magazine style that is a high gloss, fold over piece. Again, fully branded to you guys, right there on the back of it. So you'll have a choice of 3 different templates to use for which brochure you like. So you can choose which one you like, do all those kind of things. The other thing too is the package includes 25, but you may say like, boy, I'd like to use the silver package, but I want more postcards or more brochures or those kind of things. And at the time of checkout, you'll be able to add those at the already discounted rate through the company. Right when you're placing the order, you can order those right there on top of that. Now, you're also going to get just sold and just listed postcards. And those for the silver package are the 5.5 by 11 postcards. Again, fully branded to you, using your photography. That's your just listed card. And what I really love about the just sold card is, not only does it put the property on there and tell everybody that it's been sold, but it also has this branding of what we're calling property marketing that works. So it's going to tell all those sellers that received your just listed card, that then you're sharing the success with, that when you do it, you're saying, hey, not only did I sell that house, but here's all the stuff I did for those sellers to actually get that house to sell. That's your just sold postcard. The other thing we're going to be doing is, a lot of you guys have actually done it, and I appreciate you guys getting signed up for that. And just keep in mind that there are still tons of slots that we have all the way up through the 26th to help you move your contacts into Prospect Square, because every time you list a property in Property Concierge, they're going to create the piece for you and send it out to your entire contact list of the just solds and the just listeds within that. That's why we've been moving your database into Prospect Square. So if you haven't got signed up for that yet, I would highly encourage you after the meeting to walk back into the back. As you're walking into the bullpen for the middle entrance, you're going to see along the wall there's a bunch of sign-up sheets that you can get signed up and get help on actually getting your contacts transferred over for you. And it doesn't matter if there's 50 in there or 5,000. They're going to do all the work for you and make sure those people know exactly what you've been doing in the marketplace. Now, one of the other things that we've heard a ton is, why doesn't Coldwell Banker do something to let all of the multi-lists know about our listings? So we solved that problem. We have a new system called the Update. So if you're using Listing Concierge, the first Friday after your house is listed, every Listing Concierge listing is going to be sent to all 7,600 members of the West Bend multi-list. Now, obviously, the listing has to go live in the multi-list for that to be eligible. So if you'd listed it, really late in the week or over the weekend, it'll be featured the next week. But one time, every single agent in the West Bend multi-list is going to get notified that your listing is now live and available for them to sell.
You're allowed to clap now.
Yeah. Now, some of you guys remember the days of song whale and different things, like those of us that have been around for a while. But we have changed things, because here's the deal. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I haven't used a brochure box in a long, long time, right? Because all they do is get filled with water and spiders and the neighborhood kids' gum and everything else, or they're always out of brochures. Yeah, Heather, that face is fully appropriate for brochure boxes. So what we've actually done is we've created a CB mobile brochure. It's powered by a company called Dot Signal. And in a second, don't do it yet, but in a second, I'm going to ask you to pull your phones out, because I'm going to show you exactly how it works, as long as you promise to put your phones away when we're done. But here's what's going to happen. Let's say somebody's going by the house. They're driving by because they're interested. They're walking the dogs. They're taking a bike ride. They're out with the kids. I don't care what it is. And they see the house and they go, oh, that's interesting. We're going to have that extra sign rider on there, and there's going to be a number on it. And all they have to do is simply text it, and they're going to get a bunch of information back. Now, what's really, really cool, and hear this, please hear this part, because this is my favorite part. Not using Lead Router, not using any other system. If somebody drives by your sign and sends a text for information, you and only you will get a text message back with that person's cell phone number so that you can reach out to them directly.
Hallelujah.
So, because we want to have a little bit of fun, take your cell phones out, open up your text message app like you're going to send a text message. And where you would normally type the person's name, type this number, 35620. Say it one more time, 35620. And then go down to where you're going to hit and send the message, and with no spaces in there, type this, demo 107207, and hit send. Demo 107207. Hit send. You should immediately get 2 text messages back. Everybody raise your hand if you got the text message back. Okay? Now here's the fun part. George Hackett's phone just got about 50 text messages. Okay? That's the fun part for us. But here's the really cool part, right? So the first box, hang with me everybody. The first box has details about the house. If you haven't done it yet, in the second box there's a link. Click the link for the house. And watch the mobile website that pops up with only your information on it.
Nice.
Again, you can clap if you'd like. That's a pretty awesome feature. All right.
Mine hasn't loaded yet.
That's okay. It may be certain stuff, it may be because 70 of us are doing it. All right. Here's the deal. We'll come back to it. If you have questions, I'll get with you afterwards. But please do me a favor. Turn your phones back over and set those down for me, please. Come on back. Join me. Come on back. Do the element. And a hush fell over the crowd.
What?
All right. Obviously, too, on top of that, we're going to still include all of our unbelievable online marketing that blows our competition out of the way, being on over 700 websites for every single one of your listings. Because, again, that is the exposure key. That is the thing that's putting the maximum number of eyes on your house. And really, we've been on 725. If you're using this, you just got a brand new website. Now you're on 726. Okay, here's the deal. The best part about Listing Concierge, in my opinion, is that the vast majority of the work is being done for you. You only have to do 4 things if you want to place an order with Listing Concierge. Fill out the order form, pick in your package, whatever you want to do. Order your photography, provide the marketing copy. Tell us about the house. Type in your descriptions. And the last thing is, proof your marketing materials before it can go to print. That's it. And you're going to get text messages and email reminders saying, hey, your proof's ready, Debbie. Go in there and just say yes, no, or please change this. Really, really simple. The Listing Concierge team takes care of literally everything else. So we've got a room full of unbelievably great professionals. If you were to do all of the following, hire a professional photographer, produce your own slideshow and upload it to YouTube, because you all definitely know how to do that on your own. Email all the local agents in the entire West Bend multi-list. Put together a piece and send it out to your entire database. Print all of the brochures and have them delivered. Send the just listed postcards and the just sold postcards that includes the postage on all of them. And hire a personal assistant to do it all for you so that you can be out doing other things. What is that going to cost you? Any ideas? Try again. 400, 500. Anybody else? Somebody, what'd you say, Tim? 1,200, 600? Think again, and if you have places like that, I'd love to see it, because the printing alone will be more than that. If you were to do that entire package, retail cost in Pittsburgh in the market, $763. Now here's the deal. We recognize, and I don't expect any of you guys to say, oh yeah, like sign me up tomorrow to spend $763 on every listing I want to take. So we literally, and this is the initiative coming from the top down, is if you're going to go get a listing and you want to be a great listing agent, we are going to heavily subsidize that system. So we're going to pay $584 of all of that stuff. That means the silver package for you is $179.
Wow.
Now, obviously, that's fantastic. I know for me, when I was spending money on professional photography, I was spending that much or more on larger houses just for the photography, let alone the brochures and the mailers and the web presence and all of the work being done for me. Because I can't even tell you how many times I've got the question said, boy, I would love to do all that, but I just simply don't have the time to create all of those pieces, because who has time to do all that kind of stuff? Now, maybe you like the silver package, that's okay. But remember, I did tell you too, we're going to have 2 other packages. We have a gold package and a platinum package. And both of them offer significant upgrades over the silver package. So my favorite thing in the in the gold and the platinum package is, instead of the postcard as your mailer, and instead of 25 of those going out, you're going to get 50 silver envelope trifold mailers. Now, I don't know about you guys, but does that maybe look like I don't know, either a birthday card from grandma or a wedding invitation? Yep. Right? And either one, right? How many of you guys have not opened something that looked like a wedding invitation when you got it in the mail? Pretty highly unlikely, right? Kevin's not invited to any more family functions. Or grandma's card, because everybody needs that $5, right? When grandma sends the card. But here's the deal. Here's the part I love the best about it is, A, if they open it, it actually works for you, right? Actually sending mail that gets opened is where you win. But more importantly, what I think, and don't get me wrong, like, these postcards are nice, right? But if we're sending it in a silver envelope that gets opened, and then the piece looks like this, and this, and this, and more importantly, features you as the agent with all your copy on it and those kind of things. And, oh, by the way, also features all of your property marketing that you're doing for every single one of your listings so that you can prove, because guess what? This isn't really about the seller, is it? What's it about? It's about the neighbors of the sellers that may be thinking about selling their home, right? This is about the 3rd step in Listing Concierge, which is trying to turn your listing into 2, 3, 4, 5 listings. This is featuring you and your marketing plan that blows everybody else out of the water. So you're getting these on your gold and silver packages, 50 of them, sent out for you, again, fully posted. Oh, by the way, the envelope has an actual stamp on it. And the scripting, it's printed, but it's in a scripting, so it actually looks like handwriting. So it's not just a label plastered on there like, oh, here you go. No, actually scripted out with your return address, with an actual stamp on it, 50 of them, really, really focusing on exactly what's going on. Also in the gold and platinum packages is we're going to do targeted marketing through social media and the web. So within 24 to 48 hours of your listing going live in the multi-list, they're going to produce an entire piece that goes out on not only Facebook and Instagram, but it also goes to a whole host of websites, and it's targeted at people that have likely either lived near the property or have actually been searching on any real estate related website. For your gold package, you get it for 5 days. In the platinum package, you get that system for 10 days as an ad. Now, another thing that I've heard 100 times in my career, and I'm sure you guys too. Anybody ever list an expired listing? Right? When you go in and you talk to the expired seller, they always say one thing to me, and that is, I listed my house with my agent, and then I never heard from them again. They made me all of these promises, and then they never told me what was happening. I was in the, Al Pacino, right? I'm in the dark here, right? Like, I don't know what's going on. So with the gold and platinum packages, you're going to get the seller update report one time after all of your pieces have been done. And what it does is it lays out and it says, hey, Brian, I know you trusted me to list your house. Here's all the things I told you I was going to do. Here's everything that has been done. And my favorite part about it is there are links in that report that they can click on to see all of these unbelievable pieces that you produce on their house. They can see the brochures, they can see the mailer, they can see all the digital pieces. They're going to be able to see it all so that you can say, hey, this is what I've done for you, and here's the proof that this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm following through on the promises that I'm making you to trust me to sell your property. I mean, let's be honest, right? Sellers love when we communicate with them. Half of our systems are designed exactly for that reason. So here's the deal. Here's the overview of the upgrades from the silver package. Instead of 25 photos, you get 30 plus the twilight photo. Now, you may be saying, boy, I can only use 25 photos on the multi-list. But can we not add extra photos to CB Homes admin? Because nobody does it more, to my knowledge, than Kim Marie. All the time. I've seen her with 60, 70 photos on there with some of these houses. So when you get those extra photos, you can go right in and you can add them for the extra online advertising for yourself. Instead of a 20-second spot on the At Home in Pittsburgh YouTube channel, you get a 30-second spot. You get the targeted online advertising for 5 days, which wasn't included in the silver package. You get the 50 just listed silver envelope trifolds instead of the postcards, and you get the seller report. So again, here we go through, right? The retail price of that is $935. But again, our commitment is we are going to participate 100% with you guys to make sure that you have what you need and resources to support you to go get these listings. So we're going to pay $620 of that. That gold package is $315. It's unbelievable. To me, I think it's hands down, far and away, the most unbelievable value in this system. It is really incredible. But wait, there's more. We do have a platinum package, right? You go on that global luxury listing, that unbelievable $1.5 million property that you know you got to pull out all the stops that you possibly could to get that seller to trust you to get that listing. Your YouTube spot goes to 40 seconds. You get 100 just sold postcards. You get the targeted online advertising for 10 days. And this is really where I think the value is. Your photography goes to 35 plus the twilight and 3 drone photos and a 1-minute fully edited and done walkthrough video of the property. So go spend $1,300, $1,400 on that for yourself, or allow us to partner with you strategically to help you win every single time, because we're going to pay $782 for it. The platinum package is $559. There's your 3 packages: silver, gold, and platinum. And the one thing that we've made a hands down, draw a line in the sand commitment is we want it to be simple, and we want it to be to the point where you can use this to win more listings. But remember, not only is it done for you with an entire team of people, you only have to do 4 things. Fill out the actual ad form, right? Hey, what do I want? Am I adding a gold package to this? Great, here's the information. Hey, by the way, when you fill out the form, if you put your seller's information in there, name, email address, those kind of things, guess what they get to see? Because we've heard it so many times. If you're in the gold and the silver package, they're going to get sent to them through targeted marketing. They will see your online ad because you put your email in there. So when you're filling out the form, put their information in. Second thing is, or get your photographer and get the photos and upload. Third thing is, approve your proofs. And the last thing is write your ad copy. That's it, 4 things. Now here's the deal. These are real life people on the Listing Concierge team. And since we've taken that photo, there's probably 30 more people because they're hiring them all the time because we keep launching people. We're going to have a dedicated team here for our Pittsburgh market. When you place an order, on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to actually see the name, the face, the email, the phone number of the person that's doing your design work for you. You'll know exactly who's touching it. Okay? Oh, Kim's my coordinator. Great. I can reach out to Kim. I can talk to Kim. I can build a relationship with Kim. I can work on these projects together. Kim's going to get to know what I'm doing, understand my templates, all of those kind of things. And the best part that I really, really like about it, because I just heard earlier, oh, the late night help desk isn't really helpful. Listing Concierge is available 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, to help you guys. So here's the deal. Sometimes you can't wait, right? Sometimes you have the seller that calls you on Thursday night and says, can you come over and list my house tomorrow? And can we do an open house on Sunday? And what do we all say? Oh, sure we can. Like, absolutely, I'll be there tomorrow. What time works best for you? I will definitely take this listing. We will be there on Friday. So if you take the listing really quickly and you go, boy, I would really like some stuff, you're going to have the full freedom and ability to for what we call the on-the-go section to work on a whole bunch of stuff yourself. And a couple of these things are really awesome. The first thing is open house flyers, property feature sheets, all of that kind of stuff can be done in the on-the-go. But more importantly, you can actually create your own slideshow that you can use on social media and those kind of things when it's a quick turnaround. The professional stuff's still going to get done, but if you need it on a very short notice, hey, I'm there and I snap a couple of photos myself while I'm waiting for my pro photos to be done, I can do this. So here's what this one looks like as a sample, is if what we're going to be doing is doing our own slideshow. You can choose a ton of different music and different backgrounds and those kind of things for this. Wait for the clap track, it's my favorite. Please ignore. I have no idea what's happening there. Clap track. It was an on-running joke. My musical background, I did the clap track in like 5 days of training with everybody as the management team. I kept doing the clap track, and then the one time I didn't do it, every time was like, why did you not do the clap track? Sorry I missed it one time, everybody. Here's the thing though, my favorite part, because I've probably been asked this question 6,000 times, don't we have something really simple to be able to put something on Facebook ourselves? Do we have templates to do that? Well, here's the thing. If you're using the Listing Concierge system, you do. We have the on-the-go section. You'll be able to create your coming soon, your just listed, your just sold, your just reduced. All of the tile templates are going to be in there that are easily shareable to all of your favorite social media channels. So whether it's full service stuff, which is always included in the package, or stuff that you're going to work on your own, on the go to continue to enhance those values for what you're doing, that's what we're trying to focus on with Listing Concierge. Now remember, 3 simple things that we're trying to accomplish with Listing Concierge. 1, win every listing, especially when it's competitive. 2, please stop negotiating commission. You don't need to. You're better than that, and your value is definitely better than that. Get exactly what you're worth every single time. And the third thing is, let's leverage the power of taking listings to make us get more listings, right? I heard about those work-life balance things, right? I control my time better when I take more listings. I live a better life. I get more buyers if I get more listings. So let's use the system to try to get us there. Now, the other thing, and you're going to get this at the end too, you're all going to get one copy of this. You're going to get the agent guide. Please note the red box and the other red box with the lettering that says, please do not share this with your clients, right? Because here's exactly what's going to happen if you share this with your clients and you go, hey, Mr. Seller, I'm going to give you the silver package. And they go, well, why am I not worth that platinum package? This is for your knowledge, folks. This lays out all the details of the program, tells you exactly what your pricing is, what the differences are, how in the world you can do it, how you're going to be able to sell that program on your own. So you're all going to get a copy of the agent guide as well before you go today. More importantly, you may be asking yourself, gee, John, how do I place an order for Listing Concierge? And I'm sure it's not a giant surprise. There's going to be a tile added to your desk. Right on desk, there's going to be a nice little tile that says Listing Concierge. Real simple, right? So you log into the desk, you click on your Listing Concierge, you'll be able to do this. Now, I absolutely love, me with stats and data and those kind of things. This next thing, it's a little bit hard to see here, but if you know when your photography is going to happen, when my photography is going to happen, the system automatically spits out a timeline that you can share with your sellers. You can print it out in advance and take it on your listing appointment to tell them this is exactly when every single step is going to occur. That is terrific. Thank you. I didn't even pay you for that. So taking that time, and then here's the deal. If you didn't do it in advance, that's okay, because you can save it as a PDF and send it afterwards to them. Hey, just want to let you know our photography and confirming is going to happen next Tuesday. Because it's happening on Tuesday, here's the timeline of when everything else will be happening with the marketing of your home, so we make sure it gets the exposure it needs to get it sold. This is an actual picture of what your dashboard is going to look like within the Listing Concierge system. Now what's really cool is, I told you about those 4 steps you need to do. The biggest one is getting your ad copy in there and approving your proofs, right? It's simple. We placed the order, that's a simple one. We picked our photographer and ordered our photography, that's a simple one. But you're gonna get those reminders. And when you come in here, all those little circles, if you've done it, there'll be a green check on it. If it needs your attention, it's gonna be lit up in orange. Needs approval. And you're going to get text message reminders, you're going to get email reminders saying, hey Shelly, you got to log in and you got to approve your proofs. I only picked you because you had an orange shirt on, and so it made me think of the orange needs approval. Right? So next week, we're going to actually walk through at the sales meeting next Tuesday how to place an order and how to approve a proof. So I would expect that at least 70 people will be here next Tuesday as well. So you all have this down. And here's the deal, like a quarterback, sometimes you've got to call a play. So remember, you and only you can do the 4 things that are necessary. We can't do this part for you because it's tied to your account. You have to make the order, you have to order your photography, you have to write your ad copy, and you have to approve your proofs. Other than that, everything else is going to be done for you on an automated process, sending out the emails, sending out the mailers, getting that all done so that you can focus on going into another listing. Here's the deal. I'm going to hand out, you're also going to get a packet with a bunch of information on some timeline stuff, but more importantly, this slide, which also tells you how to take and go into Express Docs if you want to get those personalized brochures or your little mini listing presentations for yourselves. If you want those for yourself, there'll be instructions handed out to you today on how to log into Express Docs and order your own listing presentations fully customized to you. If you love Moxie the way that I love Moxie, as my little Moxie sticker is even fading, I might have to call them and get myself a new sticker here. But we added the pages into Moxie that describe the silver, gold, and platinum packages. So you can absolutely continue to use Moxie in conjunction with this and use those pages right in there to enhance your listing presentation at that point in time. Maybe you're saying to yourself, boy, I really love mailers and I love listings. And maybe I like to stay in contact with my people more often, but I don't have a listing coming in the very near future. That's okay. Within Express Docs and within the e-cards and InTouch, there are both of these systems that have the property marketing that works. Hey, if you've been thinking about selling your house, let me show you what we're doing now for our sellers. You don't want to miss this process. And both of those things are available for you in either Express Docs or in the e-cards in InTouch, so that you can be proactively marketing yourself to those areas that you want to be marketing, staying in touch with your people, or farming that neighborhood with an unbelievable piece telling them, saying, look, if you hire me, these are the things I'm going to be doing for you to get your house sold. Now, maybe you're analytical like me, and I know it's hard to believe I like stats, but I really focused on a lot of these. And you're going to get a copy of this too, so don't feel like you have to memorize them. But a couple of my favorite ones on here is, in some of those markets that we've already been testing this in, that has been launched before us, they're seeing 7% higher list to sales price ratios on the houses that are using Listing Concierge versus the ones that aren't. And those agents are collecting higher commissions. And oh, by the way, the agents that are using this across the board, and by the way, we're in 20 markets already, those agents are more than double the productivity of the agents that aren't using Listing Concierge. Now, I don't know about you guys, but we talked a little bit about money earlier. But if you're getting a higher sales price for your sellers and you're putting more commission in your pocket while also getting more business every single time you do this, it sounds like a pretty much a win for everybody involved there. All right, 3 things. We're gonna help you win every listing, period, right? We're going to enhance your value proposition so you can stop arguing over the, hey, so-and-so will do this for 5%, can't you? No, I can't, because I can't do all this and get 5% for you. And the third thing is wow the sellers, so you create an army of cheerleaders and impress the sellers around them, because that's going to turn one listing into 3 or more. Now, I also told you we're going to be talking, and Ryan mentioned it, we're going to talk a little bit about Design Concierge as well. So over the last couple of years, what that survey to all of the marketing department has taken, they realized that 70% of the stuff that was being asked for was this stuff for Listing Concierge. It was listing marketing that they really wanted, but 30% of it was, hey, can you help me develop programs and systems and brochures and things for myself? So we're going to be launching Design Concierge simultaneously because they're both run by our ad agency Studio. Within Design Concierge, you're going to be able to do semi-custom and fully custom work for yourself on anything that you want, from logos to business cards to any of these kind of things. With the semi-custom versions of this, you get 2 full revisions with a professional designer to design any of those things that you want, from your own personal Outlook signatures to social media stuff to your own business cards, professional bio copy written for you, because maybe you're just not a really great writer, but you want your web presence to be really great. Maybe you want to go further into depth and you want to do really fully custom pieces. Now, what's the interesting thing about custom pieces is that if you were to go hire a full marketing department, a ad agency to do stuff for you, they're going to charge you $200 or so an hour to do this. If you want full custom pieces, Design Concierge is only $50 an hour for those full custom pieces. With unlimited numbers of revisions, it's you working with that design consultant to make sure you have the pieces that you really want. And that's why they're showing ranges. They're just estimates because they don't know what your projects are going to look like. In order to make sure you have all of the information about Design Concierge and Listing Concierge, the studio runs trainings monthly on the first and third Thursday of every single month, and it's right on Sales Pro. You can log in and do that. For us, it's 2 p.m. Eastern for those trainings through that. Now, you may be saying or thinking, this is all great, but when can we start using it? Most metros were further out from this meeting to when they could actually start doing it. We're only 6 days away. Next Tuesday, after you're in that meeting and you learn how to place an order and approve your proofs, you can actually place an order next Tuesday the 24th. Now, the one thing I will ask is try to place your first order during normal business hours so that myself and Robin and Julie and Barb and Betsy and Tim and Brian and all of us that have gone through training on how this system is going to work can be here to help you, because I want you to see how incredible the system can be, and I don't want you to have it. And listen, there's a learning curve for everybody, so try to place your first orders during business hours while we're here to try to help you. So whether it's listing marketing or personal marketing, we've got you covered. Now, remember at the beginning I said, look, I know we used to throw a ton of stuff at everybody, and it got a little bit confusing. So in that light, what we're trying to do is having to be okay and understand that the idea of doing more stuff isn't right. It's just doing what we do better. So the one thing that I'm going to commit to you guys, and I need your help back committing to me, is understanding that what we do, we want to do extraordinarily well. And those things that may be just confusing or outdated or those kind of things, we're going to let go to the wayside to focus on the things that are going to actually help us grow our business. And the only way we can help you guys live that exceptional life is to make sure we put ourselves in a position to understand that the company is really trying to get laser focused on these core 4 values. This is only step 1 of rolling this entire procedure out, of really, really narrowing down and giving you tools that are going to actually work for you. Thank you for coming. This has been awesome. I appreciate you guys all taking the time out. I will take questions in just a second, but I did want to do one thing first, and that is we had our listing contest that just ended, and yesterday we drew our winners, and one of our very own people won the tickets to Phil Collins. So Kathy Bright, please come get your tickets. What was really cool is we pulled all the winners, and it was 5 different offices. I was like, that never happens. It's always like the airport won 4 and somebody else won 1, and we didn't get it.
That was good.
That made me really good. So in a second, I'm going to have the ladies pass one set of everything out to you guys. I'm sure I'm not the world's greatest teacher and didn't give everything completely understood, so what questions do we have? Vic.
Could you use this on an existing listing? And number 2, I didn't see anything about drone photography. No drone photography?
Yes and yes. So here's the deal. New England launched this. In the first day of orders, they placed 79 orders. They did not take 79 new listings. We have been talking a ton lately about how to get price reductions. I think adding something like this locks it in for you if you need to get that price reduction done. The second thing is, drone photography is available in the Platinum package. So if you want the Platinum package, you can do drone photography. There, Brooke.
What's the turnaround time for the brochures?
So the turnaround time for the brochures, again, you look at those timelines, it's only a couple days. So our listing concierge system has what we're calling, they have a service level agreement. So if you're used to ad agency stuff, a service level agreement says they have to do a minimum of this. They have to place and process a minimum of 5 orders a day. That's just their minimum. They're doing far more than that. So when you look at that timeline, if I went back to the one that is like the whole little green box, those kind of things. For instance, this was January 1st was the photography date. The just mailed proof was out on the 2nd, so the next day. The brochure proof the next day. And then your updated and published and everything is, it's 2 business days. So it will go to printing the same day you approve it.
So are you able to choose faster shipping if you want to pay extra for that?
We pay overnight.
Yes, it's already overnighted.
Okay.
It's already overnight. There's no faster thing.
Gotcha.
So they guarantee next day delivery once you approve. So here's the deal. This is why it's really important. Is when you click that I approve this proof, you're going to see, and when we go into the in-depth look at it, that it looks like the print thing. So sometimes it's even like if it's a trifold brochure, when it comes to you in that trifold brochure, when you're looking at the proof online, it's going to be like this. Because that's the way the printer gets it, right? So for the printer to get it, now you have the ability to rotate it. One of the things that we highly recommend is print it out in black and white. Every single thing you're going to approve, you need to print out in black and white, put your hands on it, put your eyes on it, make any changes, make your suggestions back to your LCC, and get those things done. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Shelley.
Where did just listed, just sold items go?
So you have 2 choices. You can give them a database and say, I want them to go to these people, or they will do the geography right around that house. Either or, doesn't matter. If you do nothing, the default is right around that house. Robin, was that the same question? Massimo.
Good. Perfect. With this, or is this its own thing?
Well, I still love Moxie. I still think there's a ton of value in it to go further. As a follow-up to this, you're going to see in the next month that part of this mini listing presentation is actually what we're calling a 12-minute listing presentation. You'll be able to do either or. I think they work really well together. And I'll be teaching that over the next couple of months in several different workshops. Irene.
So do they have to be listed first?
No, that's the best part about this. You can do the pre-listing stuff because you're coming in here. It's not going to be in the multi-list yet. I went and met with them. Clearly, you want to get the contract signed before you go spend $300 on marketing for these people. But it does not have to be in the multi-list yet to do and start all of this.
Okay. And then, you know how we do captions in our multi-list of room and that? So can you still do that there? And then will they pull it from multi-list, or you have to upload it?
You have to upload. Now, what we recommend, and this is, again, part of best practices as we move forward, is create a Word document when you're typing stuff. Here's the deal, though. When you look at the multi-list, it has a very limited field for your ad copy. These pieces do not. They're technically unlimited. Yes. So as long as it fits on the printing, you can type as much as you want. But what I would recommend is do a Word document, type everything out, copy and paste to both places. Vic.
In the Moxie, you know if you're going to be able to select the, you know which one you want.
Yes, there are 3 different pages that you'll select.
All 3 to be presented
No,
to the seller.
you'll choose which one you want in advance. Just like when you take the brochure, when you take your mini listing presentation, by the way, like if you didn't see it, like this one that I held up happens to be a gold. It's really hard to see. But on the back on the corner, it says gold, silver, or platinum, right at the crease. So you'll know which one you're taking with you. The covers look different, by the way, also. So you'll know which one is which when you're taking it. But in the Moxie pages, there's 3 different pages. So if you go, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to pitch the silver package, choose the silver brochure page for your Moxie presentation. Julie had a question. If you have marketing certificates left, you can. You have to pay for it first, and then yes, you can get reimbursed for marketing certificates.
By the end of the year.
By the end of the year, yes.
So, if you were to get solar, could you add drone shots?
Yes, so all of the photographers, and I've been waiting to hold off to do a little pitch here. Peter Tice is one of our 3 approved photographers. Our very own. So, yes, and Peter has.
Question, who are the photographers and how many are there?
So there's 3. It's Peter. It's Peter. Or it's Gene Uger, or who was the third one? Paul Wakeham. Paul Wakeham, Gene Uger, or Peter. Now, you can absolutely, the day that you get there, or when you're talking to your photographer about scheduling, saying, hey, I did a silver package with Peter, I'd really love to add drone photography. Clearly, Peter's a professional photographer. He can absolutely add that. They have the ability to say, yes, you can pay them directly to add whatever services you want above and beyond, but still stay with the silver package, because maybe you don't want all the other stuff. Absolutely.
What's the discount amount if Peter is in Aruba and we were to use somebody else as a photographer?
The 50 and the 80.
Oh, so your silver and gold packages, if you don't use one of the approved photographers, is a $50 credit. The platinum package is an $80 credit. Yep. Jen.
If you use silver, are you always locked into silver, or
No.
can you bounce between silver?
You could, it's individual per, because you're going in and placing an individual order every single time. The first question it actually asks you is, which package would you like? And then there's a toggle button. Am I keeping the professional photography within the system, or am I opting out? If you opt in, 3 screens later, it's going to say to you, which photographer would you like to choose? And not that they're beholden to this, but you can even say, hey, I would prefer to do this Thursday afternoon. And then it'll send the notice to Peter saying, hey, Thursday afternoon, Jen would like this. Then Peter's going to reach out to you and say, hey, I might not be available at 2 o'clock Thursday, but I can do 4 o'clock Thursday. And then you guys can work out your scheduling. But you can even let them know in advance what your preferred day and time is for your photography. Sandy, do you have something else?
I guess my question, I don't know if I totally get it. So I'm going on a listing appointment
Yep.
tonight. I want to know what kind of time frame I'm looking at. So if I do this,
Yep.
does it like lock a spot for me, or how does that work between the photographer? Because that's normally why we wait.
Yeah, I mean, we're waiting on the photographers now anyways because we have to work on scheduling. You're going to do the same thing in talking to your people, but you could say, hey, look, my estimate is this. I believe that I'm going to be able to get the photographer out here next Tuesday or Wednesday. If it happens on Tuesday, here's the timeline. If it's Wednesday, everything shifts one day.
Okay.
Make sense? Brooke?
So if we decide to use our own photographer outside of that, is there a way we upload the photos
Yes.
to that? Okay.
Very, very simple. Same way you would in uploading them to the multi-list or anything else, you'll be able to upload them and do those kind of things. And like, for instance, like I do drone photos for a bunch of people, right? Different times. If I gave you 2 or 3 drone photos, you can, and whatever package you were using, you can do the same thing. Upload those drone photos and use those alongside with your professional photography, just like you would do with any other listing. Brian.
If you order,
Brian. Well, then we'll go Brian and then Brian.
So when you pick for the photos to be done,
Yeah.
it'll just send that you won't know which person's
No,
doing
you
it.
choose a photographer.
Oh, so it'll be on or the names are on.
There's
who you
3
choose?
choices. You click the button, you click the preferred day and time. It sends a notification to Peter, and then Peter will contact you directly to say, hey, I got your order for listing concierge photos for 123 Banana Street. I saw that you wanted to go on Thursday afternoon. Either yes, I'm available, or no, I'm not.
Okay.
And then you guys work out scheduling.
do you have to upload the photos if it's one of their photographers?
No, you do not. So if you use one of the photographers, when they're done with the photos, they automatically go into the Listing Concierge portal, because that triggers the Listing Concierge coordinator to start working on all of your stuff. Right?
You get to choose.
Go ahead, yeah.
You get to choose the photos that you want to use. Let's say he
Yes.
takes 40 pictures.
Yep.
But you just said that then they start working on this stuff. How does
Yeah, so when you get a notification anytime something happens. So you're going to get a notification that the photos are in there. You can go in there and there's a little blue hearts that you can check, like saying, like, boy, because, think about it this way, guys. If I do this trifold mailer, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 photos, right, on this brochure. Same thing with my double fold brochure. I'm going to have 6, 7, 8 photos. They're not using all 25 photos the way we do in the multi-list or on the web pages for the print stuff. So you should want to log in and select all of your favorite photos of the house. The other thing is, stay there and be there when the photography happens, so that if you have specific questions or desires for certain photography, am I right, Peter? This would be something that's very important for you and the photographer to talk. Now listen, they're professionals. They got a really good idea about what to do in a house, but sometimes you have that idea in your mind, like, or the seller, I know this never happens, right? The seller has this idea that this needs to be on the photos because it's so important, right? Well, if that's the case, I need to let my photographer know that that's happening. Brian, then Dory.
So we use the in-house photographer when we go to put our information in MLS. How do we get those photos? So
You're gonna be on the Listing Concierge portal. You can download them in one fell swoop, select them all, download them, and then upload them right into the multi-list.
Sure.
Dory.
So when you sign up and you use a photographer, there's a button to say, own photographer, you get the $50 credit,
Yep.
you just pay $129.
That's exactly. You toggle out. When you go to checkout, it'd be $129 instead of $179. Dan.
So social media wise, are we getting leads off from that, what they send out? How do those leads come in, and do we still need Tiger Pistol for using that?
Yeah, so Tiger Pistol is still available and completely separate. Now, if you're using a gold package or a platinum package, they're going to automatically run 24 to 48 hours after the listing goes live in the multi-list. So there's a different component to that. But remember also, Tiger Pistol doesn't do web ads. It only does social media. So there are some limitations to what Tiger Pistol does that this goes above and beyond on, because it's using more Google Analytics to target the people that have been visiting those real estate related websites to drive more traffic. Now, if they click on it, it's just like anything else. It's going to go directly to you because it's only you in that ad, because that's the Listing Concierge guarantee.
If you're dealing with a for sale by owner and it doesn't go into the multi-list,
yes,
is this all available still?
Yes, so you're talking about an exclusive listing.
Yeah, like you negotiate with the for sale by owner person and you're getting your 3.5 or 4%.
But you're going to do an exclusive. You have
If
to
you're
do an
doing a
exclusive
I
listing.
can do an exclusive listing, yeah.
Then yes, because here, remember, on an exclusive listing, you can advertise it anywhere except for the multi-list.
Right.
So yes,
Okay.
you could 100% do this for an exclusive listing if that's something you were doing. There's somebody over here, Heather.
So, you mentioned the on-the-go
Yep.
options. Do you have to buy a package to use those?
Yes. Dory.
When you did that sample demo and there was a code associated,
Yes.
is that specific to the agent, to the property? Do you have to get new sign writers, or how would people driving by?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So the dot signal riders that we did the text message test on, those are geotagged. So if the person's standing in front of the house and they do it, there's a code specific to our office that our sign company is doing and using. So they're going to put our sign or our rider on that listing, but it's geotagged to know geographically, like where you're, like if I send a text message and I'm standing in front of the house, dot signal knows I'm standing in front of your house. So it sends that listing. Now, just in the instance, because this will happen every once in a while, Sean and I have listings next door to one another. If we send the text message, because the rider is going to say the same thing, it will say to you, which listing are you asking about? Okay? And then that person, that listing agent, gets the information from the buyer that just asked about it. Now there's one other feature of that too. Let's say they write it down and drive away. Okay? They drive away and they still send the text later because they don't realize they need to do it sitting in front of the house. They will get a list of every listing in our office that has a Listing Concierge sign writer on it. And then they'll be able to choose. And when they click on the house that they want, you, the listing agent, gets their information. Okay?
This is taking place of that social ad engine.
No. They're totally separate.
But there's a place in here that does that Facebook ad that goes to the people that have clicked on
Only in the
things.
gold and platinum packages. It's not part of the silver package. So now, to me, if I were going to do it, if I'm going to spend $179 and $69, I would just rather do the gold package for $315 and get all the extra stuff I get for the gold package. That's just me though. But you may have the things that you're still always going to be able to use the social ad engine feature of this. And maybe I did the silver package and my 5 days ran, but now I'm trying to get the price reduction 30 days from now. In conjunction to get the price reduction, I say to them, I'll run another social ad campaign if you agree to lower your price. Julie did that with great success last year, right? We did the social ad engine and it said, hey, look, we had another 1,000 people look at your house, it didn't sell, we need to lower the price. It lowered and it sold. So you can use both of those systems simultaneously to really leverage all of the advantages that we have over our competition to get your house sold.
But what is offered in the gold is the same as that?
It's not the same. It's more than the social ad engine.
Okay.
Because you get the web presence, not just Facebook and Instagram. Okay?
They chase you around Google.
Early on, you mentioned that every member of the multi-list is gonna get an alert when you have an active listing. Can you put this out?
Yeah, so it's called the update. Every Friday, all of that week's listing concierge listings are going to get e-blasted to every agent in the multi-list. So the first time your listing comes on, it's going to go to the entire multi-list.
And an email?
No, all 7,600 agents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, don't reply all. All right, hang with me, Heather, and then Brian.
So you get your initial brochure.
Yes.
And then you do a price reduction.
Yep.
You get more brochures or?
Yes, but there's also another feature that I'm going to tell you about. So the question was, did you get your brochures and then you get a price reduction? Can I order more brochures? The answer is yes. Or the first time you do your brochures, there's a button that you can click that says, don't show listing price. So that you don't have to continue to redo your marketing materials. Brian and then Jeff, or no, you, right?
If we have a listing that's coming back, that was withdrawn, it's coming back on because they were out of town. Can we start this and do this for that as well?
Next Tuesday, any active listing you have will be in your dashboard available to be used with the system. Linda Jackson.
Will this have any impact on the $125 marketing fee we pay?
No.
Per transaction?
Nope.
If all of our contacts are in market leader right now, do
Yep.
they automatically move over?
Nope.
Or do we have to?
That's, you got to go sign up. They will do it for you though. It'll take them 5 minutes if that's where they're all at. Sign up for a time slot before you leave today. Come in. We've been hired an entire staff of temps to do exactly that for you. Heather.
What if you need to do new pictures, change of season?
You can upload any new ones anytime you want.
Is that?
It won't redo your marketing. You'll have to pay for new marketing materials, but you can add new ones at any point in time you'd want. Or, if you get we asked about the professional photography. I have Peter go out and Peter does 30 photos for my gold package. And then my seller says, boy, I really wish we had the picture of all the hydrangea in bloom and all the lilies and those kind of things. And I have a great photo of that. Great, send me the photo. I'll upload that one. And if it actually looks good, which it may or may not, because remember, our whole goal here, guys, is unbelievably great photography sets the stage for everything we're doing. So if that's the case, then that's the premise behind all of this stuff actually working. So if they send you the cell phone picture from 300 feet away, that oh, look at the flowers across the football field, might not be the best photo to use, right? Anybody else? Wow. Okay. Orderly, please.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
Since we all attended the free presentation.
Yep.
Do we get a golf package or a spa package?
No. But you do actually get one sample of every single thing that we have, so you don't have to immediately go to Express Docs and order something. You can be talking about this package right now, because I'm going to give you one set of every single thing that we have. The silver, the gold, the platinum. You'll get an agent guide, and you'll get the timeline questions and the stats and those kind of things. All right, hang on. We still got a couple of questions. Shane.
So how do you pay for this?
You pay for it right when you're placing the order. You'll pick your package. Because you may log in, you go, hey, I'm going to do a silver package, but instead of 25 postcards, I want 75 postcards. You put it in there, it'll tell you exactly what the cost of the 75 postcards would be, and it'll add it to your total. When you go to checkout, you run your credit card, you pay for it right there on the spot. Michael.
If I get a listing today, what was the average turnaround for pictures to be done? Is there an average turnaround?
Yeah, it's 24 hours from when they're taken. Well, that's depending on you and the photographer's availability.
Right.
So, similar to what you're doing now with professional photography, it's going to be a few days. Go ahead. So yeah, you can place your order. You can pick a time. Now we can't place an order in the system until next Tuesday, so we can't start using it until next Tuesday. But you can be ready to go pitching it to somebody today, saying, next week, we're gonna get started on this. I'm gonna get a photographer lined up. Oh, by the way, I just told you the names of the photographers. So if you know them, you wanna use them, or you use a different photographer, you wanna use this system next week, line up your photographer for next Wednesday or Tuesday, so you know you're done and ready to go. Any other questions, thoughts, or concerns? Okay, next Tuesday at the regular sales meeting at 9:15. I will not be here. Barb is going to go through how to place an order and how to improve your proofs at that point in time. Okay? Next Tuesday, 9:15, we go live, and we're going to teach you how to actually place an order